Top companies with female CEOs, inspiring women in leadership. From inspiring beginnings to empowering success stories, women are shattering limits, breaking professional barriers, and growing their leadership skills by taking on executive roles in some of the most competitive industries. Women today are leading companies as CEOs, making them role models for aspiring female leaders. While there are many top female executives working in major corporations and small businesses all over the world, it is still so much more common to see men leading these organizations. Despite this imbalance, a number of women have taken their place as CEOs of major corporations, not just on the boards, but also as company leaders themselves. Stay tuned as we explore how these outstanding women are living proof that hard work and determination are more important than gender when it comes to leadership potential in leading a company. Remember, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to get updated whenever there's a new video on the channel. The top companies with female CEOs. Number 1. Mary T Barra, CEO of General Motors Company. Mary Barra has been the Chief Executive Officer of General Motors since 2014. She is the first woman to lead one of the big three automakers in the US. Since she assumed her position as GM CEO, Mary Barra has invested billions into electric vehicles, self-driving cars, and ride-sharing service called Maven. In spring of 2020, she shifted GM's production lines to help Ventec Life Systems make critically needed ventilators. And GM is one of a few global businesses that has no gender pay gap. Barra already ranks as GM's most important CEO, and all of these accomplishments didn't come without a cost. Mary is among the most watched executives globally because she's the leader of one of the world's top vehicle manufacturers. When Barra was appointed the CEO of General Motors, the automotive industry was recovering from some challenging times. The General Motors board chose Barra rather than looking for someone outside the company because she had great talent and had risen through the ranks of the company over the past years. Shortly after her appointment, GM was faced with several issues, such as several recalls and ignition switch crisis. Barra's excellent knowledge of GM's unique dynamics was critical during these hard times, when the company was under extreme media scrutiny. At the time, it seemed as if Mary Barra was facing a glass cliff. The glass cliff theory implies that women are frequently promoted to top positions when there's a crisis, and the probability of failure is high, and then they are blamed when their efforts do not yield productive results. Barra embraced the challenges though, found solutions, and successfully evaded the glass cliff on her way. Her extensive knowledge of GM's operations and her ability to deal with people positively helped her remove the company from the crisis. Barra is actively leading the charge for GM to transition to electric vehicles by 2035. Number 2. Karen Lynch, CEO of CVS Health. One of the biggest names in the health industry since its inception, and without a doubt one of the most influential women of this generation, it's no doubt that the CEO of CVS Health, Karen Lynch, was named the most powerful businesswoman in America by Fortune. Karen Lynch is the highest-ranking female CEO in the Fortune 500 companies, and she oversees CVS Health, one of the largest health providers in the world. With over 300,000 employees, more than 9,000 stores, and upward of 40,000 physicians, pharmacists, and nurses on staff, CVS wields massive influence in the American healthcare system. The company now insures more than 20 million people after merging with the health insurance giant Aetna in 2018. Karen Lynch became CEO in 2021, and before that, she was Executive Vice President of CVS Health and the President of Aetna, the corporation's insurance arm. According to Lynch in an interview, she mentioned that, quote, taking on this new role as CEO meant confronting a host of immediate challenges, and one of such challenges was finding a way to keep the CVS stores open during the pandemic, though the majority of their workers worked from home at the time. Under Karen's direction, CVS stores served as a testing and distribution centers for vaccines during the pandemic. As CEO of the fourth largest Fortune 500 company with more than $292 billion in revenue, Karen's goal is to make sure that people have access to high-quality, affordable healthcare, and that CVS Health as a company can help people navigate the healthcare system. Number 3. Carol B. Tome, CEO of the United Postal Service Incorporated. Carol B. Tome is the Chief Executive Officer of UPS. She is the 12th CEO and first woman to run UPS in the 114-year history of the company. As a 114-year-old company that moves the equivalent of 2% of the world's GDP and 6% of the United States' GDP every day, UPS has a long and positive legacy that any CEO would want to build on. Carol Tome was no exception, as she stepped up to the challenge. Before joining UPS, Carol served as Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer of the Home Depot, Inc., one of the world's largest retailers. She was a good fit for the position and went to work immediately, even though the world went through a serious pandemic. Within a few months as CEO, she prioritized planning the logistics for the 2020 holiday season and ultimately the delivery of a COVID-19 vaccine. Under her direction, UPS has provided a crucial service throughout the pandemic. Tome has repeatedly stated that the environment and climate change are among her top objectives. How so? Well, it's a known fact that UPS drivers travel 2 billion miles a year, and it flies hundreds of flights every day to destinations all around the world. As a result, a lot of carbon is being consumed, and Tome wants to achieve carbon reduction as CEO of UPS. Number 4. Susan Wojcicki, CEO of YouTube. You already knew her name was coming on this list, and you weren't wrong. Susan Diane Wojcicki is a Polish-American business executive and currently serves as the CEO of YouTube. She has been in the tech industry for over 20 years and was massively involved in the founding of Google ever since she became Google's first marketing manager in 1999. Renowned for being the voice that advocated for the acquisition of YouTube after observing its success in 2006, Susan had to justify the $1.65 billion purchase price, as well as convince Larry Page, Sergey, and the Google board of directors. The founders called Wojcicki into the board meeting, where the acquisition was being discussed. It was a last-minute summoning, but she fielded, quote, lots of questions. And even though the board members thought her user growth figures were ambitious, she eventually got Google to greenlight the purchase of YouTube. In 2014, Susan was appointed the CEO of YouTube. Following Wojcicki's appointment as CEO, YouTube hit a milestone of 2 billion monthly active users and 1 billion hours of watch time per day. YouTube is valued at $332.8 billion, almost 300 times Google's initial investment, all thanks to Susan. Under her leadership, YouTube has compensated creators, artists, and media firms with more than $30 billion, ensuring wealth, creation, and ongoing exposure for many creatives and brands. Also worthy of a note is the fact that since she became CEO, YouTube's percentage of female employees has risen from 24% to nearly 30%. Way to go, Susan. Number 5. Roslyn Brewer, CEO of Walgreens Boots Alliance. Roslyn Brewer was in the prime of her career, working as an executive for Starbucks Coffee, residing in Seattle, and experiencing both professional and personal fulfillment. Then, the COVID-19 pandemic hit. Brewer began to reassess her calling, and this led her, like so many others, to a pandemic career change. Brewer was appointed CEO of Walgreens Boots Alliance in March of 2021, a decision that would prove crucial, especially as the pharmacy chain started assisting in the distribution and administration of COVID-19 vaccines. Brewer is one of corporate America's most prominent women and Black female executives. She is the only Black woman serving as CEO of an S&P 500 company. Before that, she was the Chief Operating Officer and board member at Starbucks. In 2019, she was appointed to Amazon's board of directors, its fourth woman and second Black director, but she relinquished the role when she joined Walgreens. Brewer has also held executive positions at Walmart, Sam's Club, and Kimberly-Clark. Brewer has plenty on her plate, overseeing Walgreens' more than 9,000 stores nationally, and so far, there is no doubt that she's more than capable. What the future holds for female CEOs. There's no doubt that the future is looking bright for female CEOs. More and more top companies are being led by women, and as society becomes more and more inclusive, this trend is only going to continue. One of the biggest factors that is pushing this trend is people are finally recognizing the value that women bring to the table. Women are creative, intuitive, and they have a unique perspective that's essential for success in today's market. We are going to see more and more women taking on leadership roles, and I personally can't wait to see what they achieve. Tell us what you think of female CEOs leading the charge in the corporate world in the comment section down below. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your time, and until next time, stay inspired.